tell me if you feel this way as well, but like, and you know, your daughter's young, but having a young daughter, if I were to get any work done, then she's looking at me like, oh, you think like you're not good enough or you're not pretty enough.
Right.
Like even when I put on makeup, I try to be like, oh, mommy's just being fancy. And then I'll like give her a plain brush and she thinks she's putting a little bit on because I'm like, I don't ever want her to feel like you have to have makeup to be pretty. Mommy had to go get like a mini facelift because she looks old. And so I'm like, I don't know.
It's hard. I have to, because like Zoe's is turning 10 and half of her presents yesterday was skincare and makeup.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
When we were 10,
we were doing that. Yeah.
I was getting like scrunchy or dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, and every time she like wants to put on, she's so good at, you know, Zoe. And it's like, she's like, oh, you need more highlighter. I'm like, why do you know this? Like, it's so weird, you know, and I want to keep her like a baby, you know, but there is a kind of inevitability about it with the world right now. Yeah. The culture, they see us getting, so I can't do it and myself and not allow it. So it's kind of like baby steps with me. But yes, I agree. Like, I think if we're so young, like if you come home looking different and having cuts in your face and stuff, I think it's hard to explain to that age. My girlfriends who are a bit older than me who've gotten facelifts and stuff, like their daughters are in college or older.
Right.
It's a different thing.
Yes.
Totally.
You know, but I think it's hard with this age.
Yeah, it makes me actually sad that the younger generation actually even has to focus. That's even something they even talk about because like when we were younger, like I didn't even think about.
I didn't even know what that
like
was.
I didn't even care what I looked like. I was like, okay, this is what God gave me to work with, and I'm just gonna put makeup on and do what I got to do. But I never even thought about like, oh, I hate my, ears. I hate my chin. Like I don't know. I feel like that.
Yeah, there was never like
that
manipulating your
conversation
face.
needs to happen like way later. And I'm very team. If you don't like something about yourself, fix it.
Absolutely.
1000%. Like I would never not be that person. But I do think it's a little interesting when people change their whole face. Like, and it's like they're just not like they just literally erase themselves.
Yeah.
That's kind of like wow. That I feel like that's.
I also think the reason why I don't do anything is because Rob, he as a director. Like we've been together 20 years. It always has bothered him. People like women doing work on their face because he's like, it's so hard to edit them. They look so different. Their face doesn't move. His whole thing is like character and having an animated face. And, and he's like, I mean, I've been in a room with him editing bay and he's like, I can't even see she's upset. It's like, so hard for him. And it's like,
for reality TV, it's great to have the resting bitch face. But when you're acting, I'm like, okay, I gotta let the Botox wear off a bit. And
it's actually a big decision for him. It's like, he doesn't, it's hard for him. Yeah. So I've just always, for 20 years, I've heard how, and it's gotten, obviously, surgery has gone increasingly more. So I'm married to someone who like loves a face that looks different. Like he loves character.
Yeah.
So that makes it easier. Like he doesn't want me to look cookie cutter.
Right. Yeah.
So I just hide behind that so I don't have to like spend the money and do it,
Then on the other side, I feel like actors, they get such a hard time when they do age naturally and they just look older.
Right. Totally.
And then I feel like all the younger people who got the work done are working more than they work. So it's kind of like you gotta
it's
like you gotta like
it really is.
Keep yourself together as much as you can, but I guess still trying to be in a space where you are just looking as good as you can look for that age. Because my thing is like, again, I don't even know if I said that, but I usually just always claim to be the oldest person in the room. I know I'm older than all of you guys are, but I don't like when people like old people shame. Like I'm in a space now where representation is so important. I own my age. I'm always like, hey, 50 Cent. Like right now I have 50 Cent. 56. Like, well, when I turned 50, I named myself 50 Cent. Like 50 Cent. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I respect that.
You gotta watch the show, girl.
Okay, got it. I don't watch the show, clearly.
But anyway, 50 Cent is my alter ego.
I love it.
And with that said, the people that I talk to the most on my Instagram is like the women, like older women in their 50s. And I have a birthday coming up.
Right behind you. I'm 47. You act like you're like 80.
I'm going to be 58 on my birthday.
No, you are not.
Yes, I am. I am.
Does she not look insane?
Okay. I thought one younger, but
No. I'm going to be 58 and February 19th is coming up.
Incredible. Happy early birthday.
We should just all do whatever.
I mean,
like you're the guru of all
insane.
beauty.
What are you drinking? What is your routine?
Not enough water.
What's happening?
I just really have to just thank my, genetics and, I mean, I just got blessed with some good genes and a
Absolutely.
good set of cheekbones. Like all of that is just what it is. But you know, what I find so sad is that we live in a society where getting older is like something people like
They
look
frown upon.
Yeah, they're like, oh, well, you know, like even with my, you know, I've like been married twice and I'm dating now. And even dating, they're like, oh, girl, you've been married twice. You're like older. Like, what? Why don't you just give it up? I'm like, excuse me.
Can
Like,
you say that?
like they say
I
stuff
can
like
believe
that.
it, yes, because
So
people
And they're like,
are
oh, well,
assholes.
why?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, you're like old now. Like, you don't,
Old
like
now,
anytime I
no,
try to be
it's
great. And
not even
I really
old.
like, don't really, like, I just try to really be, like I said, like stay in an authentic place for myself because I just don't have the time or the energy. I'm like, this is it. This is what you get.
Right.
And when people like come for me, I'm like, it's not like I'm sitting here with like a little, you know, a little midriff top on and a mini skirt, like,
Right.
but you know, but
you
But you
still look
could.
hot if
they,
you did
well,
it.
I could.
Right.
And by the time
But
I
you
get
could.
done by March, hopefully, you know, I may have to pop
Yeah.
out, you know, and do it,
Might
you know.
have to show up.
But yeah, I don't like that because I think getting older is a blessing. It's a
Yes.
luxury. Like so many
Absolutely.
people, like you just have to really live your life. And
Yeah.
you know, it's really sad that we live in a world where people think like, oh,
Yeah.
that's not an amazing thing
Right.
to see 58, to see 60, to see 70. I was just reading something. Someone's like 110. Like, I mean, I don't know if I want to live that long, but I'm just saying that it's a blessing that you get to live.
Yeah.
You get to wake up.
Yeah.
Sure.
I feel like too when we are on TV, especially reality TV, people like to pick apart every little thing.
sure.
Like I never noticed that the right side of my lip was thinner than the left side until
We have the exact same problem. Like legit, I had to overline my lip today because it
Yeah.
like literally goes down. It
They're
looks
not even.
so
But
weird.
But did you find out because people said it?
Yeah, just
Yes.
watching back the show and my
Yes.
confessionals, I
They
was
literally
like,
say
oh.
it. They point
But
it
I think
out.
one
Never
side of the
noticed that.
face
So
is different than the
crazy.
other
What's
side.
wrong
That
with
like
people?
one side is definitely different than the other side, which is why you
Yeah.
have a good side and a bad side.
Right.
Like I'm saying, because I'm pretty sure, and I was noticing this in my last confessional. I go back to Atlanta for season 16 as an official friend of the show,
Uh-huh.
and I think one of my eyes is bigger than the other one. Now.
Oh, I
Like,
think
for
so.
sure.
Sure, mine is.
Like I
They
kept
for
looking into
sure
the
say
monitor,
that.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta go
You're
get
like,
this left
what is
eye.
going
Like
on?
it's literally closing down on me
Yeah.
right now.
Okay,
What
that's
is
the
happening?
gatekeeping. I
Yeah.
use a filter and I open up one of my
You have an eye
eyeballs.
opener?
Yeah, I just like stretch it out because my
Oh, the
eye
filter.
is like so small.
But I feel like you gave me some kind of product that was supposed to open my
Upneek.
eye
I
up.
did.
Upneek.
Yeah.
It's the best
Yeah, yeah.
ever. Upneek.
And okay.
Yeah.
It's eye drops that you put in.
And it will
Oh,
make
I
my
need to do it on
like,
one eye.
I
Now
just got to do it
realize-
on my one eye.
Yeah, it literally
'Cause
like
then-
opens up your like it's actually for people that have some it's like I'm gonna mess it up, but I think it's some sort of disease where their eyelids droop and it actually allows
Like
the
lifts
eyelids
it.
to lift up. So I always post about it and I go, ladies, if you don't want to go get the upper left, put this in your eyes and it helps
And it-
uplift your eyes.
I'm good. I need
Yeah.
that.
It's
Yeah.
called Upneek.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
Okay.
we're
We're not
letting the
gatekeeping for
ladies
you
know.
ladies.
Yeah.
And men
The
out
little
there that
tips
may
and
be
tricks.
watching that
Yeah,
have
exactly.
like
Yeah.
an eye that's shutting down on them.